All right, everyone. We have another. We'll call this one a replay analysis, but you know what? I more just want to, we'll turn it into something useful. But I more just wanted to give this colossal fuck up to the entire world to witness. Um, so this is hot off the presses. This game happened yesterday. Um, Most of us would like to forget about it, but I figured we could use it to learn. Um, to learn about the game. So that'll be good. Okay, so we have the big pussy here as East Germany. Um, Third is Austria. I'm Hungary. The fucking Swede is Russia. So basically, what's gonna happen here is we're gonna try and do a Warsaw rush, and we'll see how it goes. But maybe to start, I'll talk about the Warsaw Rush and why you would ever do it. And you'll see in the chat like Blackjacks, who by the way has been playing fucking awful. Blackjacks is like very anti Warsaw Rush, and I'd say like generally it's probably not going to work. But or I wouldn't do it every game per se, but I think that there's definitely a role for it. Um, so so anyway, the Warsaw Rush basically what you want to do is take your so it involves East Germany, Austria, Hungary, and I would probably have like West Germany throw you some men as well, and their mortars, which you see Blackjacks is already doing. And for Austria, I would send over these guys. These guys, you can send the mortar. Um, I would be careful about sending too many infantry to Austria because you don't know. I don't know if they'd still try and attempt it, but hey, maybe they would. If you get rushed by Serbia, that could be a problem. Plus, you'll need a trench here. Although I don't, so the transport here is gone, and here's gone. So I mean, like maybe you could get super fast rushed by 10 Italians, but like that's not really too concerning. So you do have some time, but I would still probably send less infantry than I would have in the past. So you could probably send the men here at Prague, and I'd send these over too. I'd send the mortars too, but the howitzers and the MG and I guess these like you need to trench this, so I would probably send those over here. Anyways, basically the way this works is everyone contributes men, and you basically a-click Warsaw, and then and I think this can work better now because I mean there were a bunch of trenches added here back in the day because the Warsaw Rush was like so abusive, but I think it works better now because um, Russias tend to move their infantry like their whole army is usually like I don't know maybe somewhere here or somewhere here like it's not they're not focusing on defending Warsaw as much because you want to sort of be ready for like the potential drop, the cars, the autistic running of cars and cavalry, like which I personally think sucks. Like I think that opener is pretty bad for East Germany, but you know this man in particular does that stupid shit all the time, and it never works. So usually I'd say Warsaw is less defended now than it was in the past, and so that's why I was like, I'm the one who suggested doing this, and I was like, well, why not? Let's just do it for fun. Mostly because you know, uh, Pusan will. Well, Pusan just as soon as he sees Nubu, he's not. I know that he's not going to fucking even try to play the game, right? So I wanted to give him a leg up, And I don't know exactly what's happened. Like he used to be a fine East Germany, like a decent East Germany, but he's just become so fucking terrified of like playing someone who is like, whatever, a better Russia per se. That he just ends up doing fucking like, he'll rush Belgium and then just make fortified trenches. That was peak cowardice, by the way. So my thinking was, if we can at least give him a leg up, we'll have a better chance. And that, I mean, I thought that, we'll take a look at it, but I thought it went well initially, and then, you know, Pusan being Pusan, he just fucking, I don't know. I don't even, I'm not really sure what the thought process was, but we'll take a look at it. But yeah, so just to recap, Austria, Hungary. So if you're Hungary and you're doing a Warsaw Rush, like I sent my howitzers here, I probably keep like 6 infantry that I would also send here to the Serbia front just to make more trenches. So the downside to this is I think if you're Austria and Hungary, you kind of do like delay slightly the pushing of Serbia, but that you really got to assess who your Serbia is, and like in this case, you can see who it is, and they're not really a threat. So whether you delay pushing, by a month or 2 months just to sort of focus on the micro needed to take Warsaw, I think doesn't really, impact how the game's going to go. Like it's a net benefit if you can get Warsaw quickly, because that'll put your EG, in a pretty good spot. So let's take a look at what actually happened here. So Pussy's moving his men. I don't know why he's bringing his peasant. Good, he brings these down. So we had a bit of a fuck up here because Dird, I guess, I don't know if he was busy or distracted or something, but like he didn't send these men. These should have been the first thing that he should have done was start moving these here, and moving these here as well, moving these infantry here. But he doesn't. He does share control with me eventually, so we get it under control. So you can see I just brought a few troops. I don't know if Numu is like aware at this point. Like you can see shit's going down here, but maybe what's he doing? So he's going over here because he knows that this retard usually fucking runs cars over here or drops cars off here. So that's smart. But okay, so here we go. So one thing that I had asked Pusan to do that he didn't do was make medics, right? Like how much gold does he have? 200. So he didn't make any medics. Like you make 2 medics and you've got like healing, and I thought I made a medic. Yes, I did. So like not sure like what happened there. So yeah, so we attack here. You can see there's like some trenches here loaded, and I actually want to look at his food, like how bad. So I wouldn't run the cav. Like I'd keep the cav back. Like there's no real point. Holy fuck! See what I mean? The fucking classic retard charge of the cav and 2 cars. So this is the other thing. Like there's no point to car here, right? Like what you need is all your firepower to be concentrated here, and well, we'll keep looking. So look, so he lost like what 7, 8 troops, so that's not terrible so far, and like there's pretty much no infantry really left here. But if he had medics, he'd mitigate his losses. Jax is still way behind, so he's running cars around. Like if you're gonna do this, this is what fucking killed me. Is he decides to unload. So I didn't see this, that I actually took a pretty good beating from the cav here, but I'm not sure. I actually think Numu, I'm going to be honest here, I think Numu reacted pretty chittily to this. I think when you have this many infantry, like he has no trench cover. I wouldn't have charged in here. I think that's a waste. I would have just regrouped back here and seen what they were going to do. Like at some point you have to accept that Warsaw is gone, and this is that point for sure. Like you've pretty much lost your entire border down here. These are my trenches that are coming up. He has this one loaded. He's got that one loaded, but that one's not really in the fight right now. And this is going to go down pretty quick. And I don't know. Would have done that. So, I mean, he recognizes that pretty quickly, I think, and backs up. So this is fucking retarded, right? Like, why did he send out infantry into the middle of the Russian army for no reason? If you're going to do this, like, I would have at least, like, put these guys in cars and run them somewhere else. Like, run them and be annoying and, like, unload here, and maybe you could take these 3 cities. Like, but right here, they're just dying. You're sacrificing them, right? And you can see Numu's still pretty disjointed, right? Like, he's got men, he's got to pull from St. Pete's. He's got men all the way back here that he's got to pull. You see, like, we're in a pretty good spot, and so I thought we were doing well here. I thought this went well. See, he lost so many fucking infantry because he did this stupid shit. God damn. So you see he's pretty low on infantry. How many infantry do Blackjacks lose? Blackjacks looks fine, but this guy lost so many infantry. So we fight here a bit, and like this is fine to fight here. Like, so that was good. Frankly, I guess at this point we had sort of one of two decisions that we could have made. I think we could have kept going and tried to get the factory. I don't think we would have made it. Maybe we would have, because there's not really many trenches going down here, but it's tough to say. Or, and this is my preferred course of action this game, was to just like trench this off, set up a nice buffer, and you've got a decent leg up. Like, see, Numu is like, he's getting lower on food. So the fact that you're 55 isn't game ending. But we're gonna see shortly the fucking critical error that Pusan makes. So here, I don't know, he's still doing fucking retarded shit with his cars. Like, there's no point in doing this. Yes, like, see, you're just losing men. Go back, go back, go back. So he can't resist. You know, I can already see that all he wants to do, he wants to just go fucking chart. See, we wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have made it up there. All he wants to do is go fucking charge out here and fight the Russians for some god-awful reason. Like, just trench this, you know? And Blackjacks would have even had some nice Warsaw income. But he doesn't do that. See, so at this point, I've backed off because I thought that what we'll do is just, and I thought I had told him to just wall this off, but that doesn't happen. So he's got cars. He's still got Blackjack's men and mortars, but you can see he has no medics in his army, and it's many incomes now, right? Like, he's got money, but why is he not making medics? Like, people do not understand. If there's one thing you're gonna fucking take away from this thing, make fucking medics if you're gonna do shit involving infantry in the early game, especially if you're Germany. Okay, if he had some medics in here, when these guys, and I'm spoiling, but when these guys have their big ass fucking retard fight, he would have come out way better than he did. But there's no medics. Like, I don't understand. And I said, make medics with your starting income. Things will go a lot better. So here he's just sacrificed infantry. I don't understand why. Like, why is he doing this? I don't know. But hey, what can you do? All right, you can only work with the players you're given, right? So now he's getting fucking encircled. Okay, like, this is brutal, right? So he's at 49 food, and he's about to lose pretty much, like, Blackjack is going to lose so much fucking infantry here too. And does he lose the mortars? Oh my god, dude. So he brings in more. So he doesn't unpack the MG for some reason. Like, at least unpack the MG. The cars are here. So let's take stock of this when it's all over. So he lost almost all of the mortars. He's down to 4 mortars, right? Or he lost, let's say, half the mortars then. Does keep the howitzers alive. Cars are still alive. Didn't unpack that. Numu is down to 120 food, so that's good. And frankly, considering that he was at, Pusan was at, well, what, 55 food earlier, he actually, that sort of benefited him quite nicely. I think that what the problem was, though, that hurt Blackjacks. And Blackjacks is already so fucking bad that he can't afford to not have that infantry that you just cost him. So, I don't know. That was kind of ill-advised. I would have rather had those infantry to, like, do shit. But whatever. Because the thing is, if you're going to trade like that, like, you need to be able to do something to Russia afterwards. And because if you're just going to back off, like, Russia has like 6 barracks or 5 barracks since the Warsaw barracks died. They'll just they'll outproduce you, right? Like, they're going to replenish their forces much faster than you will. So unless you're going to follow that up with something actually punishing, there's no point in doing these types of engagements. Like, I don't know, it's not worth it. So here I'm using dirt, but I'm trenching Warsaw, which is what should have been done initially. He's going to suicide some more. Oh, it's not loaded, so that's good. At this point, I'd be backing off. I don't know why he's still sitting in the middle of Russia with just a few men. See, like, this just is mind-boggling. Like, you don't have the like, look, you're completely exposed here, right? Like, why do this? Why extend your lines? Trench this off. Keep your borders short. right? Because you don't have the manpower. And he's hogging Blackjack's men still. Blackjack's men should have been returned to him, like right away. I don't understand why they weren't. Like, you don't have the infantry. Like, look. So, so you can see the delay here is November, and we haven't really made any progress, but the hope was that this would be worth it. So, I mean, he made 2 barracks out of that, so that's good. He's going to start getting infantry back. Like, you got to follow this up with just, you got to trench like a fucking madman. And he didn't do that. Like, he's trying to do this long ass fucking border. Sorry, I thought he was about to lose those. I don't know. You should be playing defensive. Like, you sort of, the way, like, you do the Warsaw Rush, you consolidate, and then you prepare for whatever your next move is going to be, right? Like, you can't just, especially once you've lost the momentum, and we lost the momentum during that. Well, Pusan lost the momentum. Interesting. Yep. 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 That is not great. So, you know, really, yeah, I don't know. So I really just want to watch and see what happened here. So basically, he's made no trenches because he basically completely collapses. So I'll speed this up. I've belabored the point enough, but so you'll see news at 157. He's at 44 food. For some reason, like, he just run around with a car and no infantry. He's made this massive border for no reason. Like, really, all you, like, you're kind, like, what are you doing with this? Like, just trench here. I don't know. You don't have the infantry, dude. Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Look at this. There's nothing. There's nothing. He's got nothing. 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 Should have been trenching the river off. Like, literally, once he saw that he was down to 4th infantry, he needed to take your car back home, start fucking putting trenches everywhere, because you know this is coming. You have to know this is coming, right? Oh my god. So this is so we had the one fucking Germany here collapsing, and then we had, what's Blackjack's doing? Blackjack is sitting here with, so Blackjack got absolutely fucking dumpster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Oh my fucking god. So yeah, I don't know. Not a great game. People will say this is proof that the Warsaw Rush doesn't work. I disagree. I think it's proof that Blackjacks sucks at West Germany, and Pusan, I don't know what the fuck was going through his mind. Now, he did say he was very hungover, but I don't know if I'll accept that as a full excuse for this level of shitty decision making. Right? It's almost on par with fucking Shadow Italy, which happened later that day, which was also a disaster. Well, that's it for me. We will we'll get to another one probably today, so I'll put that one up later. I don't know who we're gonna look at, but we'll see. Anyways, hope this was at least somewhat informative, and yeah, stay tuned for the next one.